Hi everybody and welcome back to some more racing here on this channel. I'm KPG-GOONER here. Now in today's video we're back on Project Cars 2, carrying on with our career. Now we're doing a full walkthrough here on this channel. Now in today's episode we start a new series and it's the Formula Rookie, and we're starting off in the UK Championship. So this is going to be 4 races in today's episode. Now we're not going to do the practice, but we are going to qualify in before these races. Now also guys, we're still on 70% AI, but once I see how difficult it is, we will start bumping it up as we go throughout the series. We might do it a couple of times in today's episode, you never know. Right, let's get straight into the first qualifying session. Right, so let's go another lap and see if we can just improve on our fastest time. Now we're sitting in second position at the moment with our qualifying time. We're still trying to push for pole position, but there is a couple of corners I keep struggling on this circuit. So hopefully I can overcome that in the race. This corner coming up, I always struggle, and again the wheels just lock up and you really struggle to hold it through there. Just managed to hold on to that, and oh god, just caught that corner as well. Really struggling in some of these corners, but when you actually initially turn into the corner you feel like you've got the grip, and then suddenly it just goes. It's really odd. It's something I'm going to have to get used to. But then going from go-karts to these are a lot different. They're not like super quick, but they are good fun to race. Can we get around the outside of this car here, put us on the grass a little bit, but we're really trying to push for a faster time here. So right, so let's slow that down. Let's see if we can, oh gee, you just set a new best sector time there, so that's awesome. That's a nice corner there. Right, is this going to be quick enough to take pole position? And we did make a few errors on that lap as well. Right, over the finish line. Are we going to take pole? Oh yes, we only just, but I'll take that. Right, so I think we're going to leave it there. Get to the end of the qualifying session. Hopefully that will stay there. But like I said guys, if we find this too easy, we will bump up the level for the next race. So let's get straight to it now. So here we go. Right, so we qualified in first place, which is awesome. Only just, not miles ahead of the other cars. But let's get straight to the race and see if we can put that qualifying time into practice in the race. It's not going to be easy, so let's get straight into it now and push for a podium position. Right, so here we go with our first race. So we're sitting at the front of the grid. Let's see if we can get a good start here. And off we go. Oh god, he got a good start, and we've already dropped 1 place already. I've got the spotter on guys. I find the spotter is really helpful, telling you the distances between the cars. Oh god, that car just took out a cone. There's a cone flying up in the air. Yeah, it just lets you know how close they are and what side. I've got the marker indicator as well. I think it helps a hell of a lot. You should try it guys. It's something that I think is a massive improvement. I like the fact that it gives me notification whether I've cleared the car, what side they are, how the distance. It really helps. Right, let's see if we can close in on this car in front. So we're still haven't had a bad start. That wasn't the worst first sector to that lap. Right, let's dive up the inside. Can we take this place? Let's try and hug that inside. And I think, yes, see, you're clear. And it lets you know, oh god, just went off slightly there. And that position's going to be taken again. Damn. Right, so let's just try and line him up. Let's see if we can get back past him before that tricky section. Oh, we're going to have to hold back. I think we're going to have to hold back. Let's just try and take it. Slow it down. We can't go through there to get... Oh, he's gone straight over the curb. Bloody hell, he launched himself over there. And I've managed to take that position back. So we're up to P2. And now we've just got to chase down the leader. Let's see if we can just take a little bit more speed through there. Just trying to be nice and steady. Oh, God, just throws you out slightly there. But that was a lot quicker than we've done previous. Let's see if we can get a faster lap than we did in qualifying as well. We're bound to get some decent times if we can just gain a bit of slipstream off the cars in front. Right, so we just managed to pull away from third place, but we still got a little bit to make up with the car in front. Right, we've got to try and nail this last corner. Right, I'm still unsure. I mean, I keep dropping down to first, but I'm not sure whether taking a wider line into second round that turn. It's just one of those things you have to judge. Right, so we're going into the third lap, and let's see if we can just push it a little bit more. Now, we still haven't hit a really fast time. I think we hit a a 59 something for our qualifying time, and we still our last lap was only, oh god, just went into there a little bit tight there, just caught the curb. That's going to slow us down a bit. Let's just try and carry it. No, we're actually faster at that section, so that's not bad. Right, let's see if we can just close that gap. We're running out of laps. These races today are only 4 laps, so we're going to have to make up that little bit of time in this final sector. Right, let's really go for it this last corner. Let's see if we can just carry a little bit more speed through there. Right, we're up on the time, so let's just try and slow it down. Yeah, I think it is first gear. I mean, the speed you go into it, you can get away with first gear. And let's see if this is going to be our fastest time of the race. I think it is over the finish line. So we just hit a 58.9. So that is, I think that was faster than what we did in qualifying. So I'll take that all day long. Right, let's just try and hold it through here. We're getting close on the last lap. Can we get past him here? Right, let's try and hold it through there. He's still maintaining a decent pace through some of these turns. Let's just try and hold it through there. Oh, we definitely went through there quicker than him, and we are gaining on him. We're right behind him in his slipstream. Let's try and line him up and try and get past him. Try and hold it into that corner. That was pretty decent. It's going to be a last corner job. Can we get past? Oh, he's sending us in out on the outside. That is a clever move. But can we get clear of him before we get to that corner? Ooh, I think we're just going to make it. And yes, we did. We just managed to get clear of him as we get to the last corner. And we're going to take our first victory of this UK Championship in the Formula Rookie. And that is fantastic. But what I'm going to do, guys, I think I'm going to up the level. Now, we upped it, it's on 70, so let's up it to 75, do another race, and if we need to up it, we'll up it again. We'll keep on doing that until we get to the level where we feel comfortable. But that was competitive. I think the starting at the front did help. And yes, we did hit the fastest lap of the race as well, which is good. Right, let's move into the next qualifying session and the next championship race. So here we go, guys. Right, so the next race is Donington Park. Ooh, a circuit I really like. But before we jump into it, let's up this to 75 and the aggression, and let's get straight to this. Donington Park should be a good one for me. I'm hoping to do well around this one. I do like this circuit, so let's get straight into the qualifying session and see if we can get on the podium again. Right, we're going to have to go a lot quicker if we want to get a decent time. We've done a few minutes on this qualifying session, finding it hard to get the heat in the tyres. I've made a few little adjustments, nothing major. Still not as quick round here as I thought I'd be, but let's see if we can just improve on the last lap that we did, and see if we can just let's have a look at the time. So the fastest lap is a 1:21.6, so that's what we're aiming for. Now, obviously our first lap wasn't a qualifying lap, that was just a lap trying to get the heat in the tyres, but they just don't seem to get much heat in after one lap. I think it's one of those sessions where you have to stay out the whole 10-15 minutes just to get the heat in the tyres, but we will see what sort of time we can get here. I mean, if I can get close to the maybe the top 5, I might just start the race. I'm quite happy to challenge from the first 2 rows of the grid. Any further back from that will be quite difficult, but we will see. Right, let's try and hold it through that last chicane, and let's see where we get with this time. I don't think it's going to be that quick. Let's see where it gets us over the finish line. And, oh, 5th. I think I'll take that. Let's get into the results. What an error. I ended the session and they all went miles quicker, and I'm going to start at the back of the grid. I mean, 1:17s, where did that come from? Oh, let's just get into the race. Right, so here we go with the race, guys, and it's going to be a wet race, so we're on wet, so this is going to be interesting in the Formula Rookie. So let's see how we do in the rain. So we're at the back of the grid, so let's see if we can get a decent start here, and we're not sure how this is going to end up, so we know we've got the live tracks now, so if it's going to start raining, it could get absolutely treacherous. This should be interesting. Right, let's see how much grip we've got in the first corner. We've got a little bit of contact of that car behind, just shoved us a little bit. We managed to hold us. There's a lot of spray coming up from the cars in front as well. That's going to really cause loads of problems as well. Right, let's just try and hold the speed around that turn. Look, just there's a car to my right. Oh, I just managed to miss that one. That was actually a good move there. Just managed to get past. Can we take another car here? And we carried a decent speed into that turn, and we've managed to get right up to P4. So that first couple of corners was actually really good. We've actually managed to move ourselves into a decent position. Right, this should give us a chance maybe to get on the podium, even though we did qualify in 12th position. Oh God, stay off the curbs. We don't want to be touching the curbs, especially in the wet. And look at that, as soon as they put the brakes on, there's spray coming up. Oh my God, there's a lot of puddles on that turn, and you can see all the surface water, and it's just aquaplaning a bit through there. That's going to be a tricky section. Got to be aware that this will change throughout the race. We don't know whether it's going to carry on raining or it's going to get harder. We're just going to have to go with it. And this has really thrown me out because I didn't really check the weather to see whether it was going to rain for the race. I just assumed it would be the same as qualifying. But it is not raining super hard. I think it's just spitting now, so hopefully it will start drying up into the next couple of laps, but we will have to see. Right, that's slowed down, so we're up to P3, and that wasn't the worst first lap. I'm quite chuffed I managed to take that many places, and it's given us a chance to maybe push for a better position than third actually. But the rain is starting to fall slightly harder as we come down this section. Let's just try and keep it nice and smooth. We don't want to spin out because we're not going to have as much grip as what we did in qualifying. Right, slow it. Just be careful through there. And we held the speed through there really well again, so that should put us in a good position. We managed to get a good drive up the hill, and we've taken P2. Bloody hell, this is going really well. We're really strutting our stuff here in this UK Championship, and we're up to second and going for first. If we can just improve on this, we might be able to take another win. But if we do, guys, I will up the AI level once again for the next race, and we just keep on, like I said, doing that until we get to a level where we feel comfortable. Right, let's try and get in his slipstream. There wasn't so much rain around that turn that time, so some of the track is actually drying up. And it doesn't look like it's raining now either, so there you go, the weather's changed as quick as that. Unbelievable. And we're on the wets as well, so they are going to start to getting a decent temperature. Right, this should be our fastest lap. Let's see what time we're going to get. So we've just hit a 1:22, so that was the sort of time we were hitting in the dry tyres, so that's not a bad time. Nowhere near their 1:17s that they hit, so that was just ridiculous. Right, let's just try and hold it through there. Just try and push this a little bit more. We're still in touch. We've still got 2 laps to go, and there's still time to get past and maybe take a victory here. Right, let's try and hold the speed through this turn again. Speed nicely does it, and that was pretty decent through there. Oh no, I've got a slowed down penalty. Oh, I'm going to have to back off. I'm going to have to back off in a minute. Just try and use it as we go into this turn and to see if it goes away. Yep, we got to slow down. Oh God, someone just shunted me from behind as I slowed down. Thank you for that. Gave me a little bit of a boost. But yeah, what I normally do are those slow down penalties. If you've got a turn coming up, try and slow down as you go into the turn rather than doing it on a straight, because that really will get you. But I didn't think I went over that curve too much, but it was enough to get the warning. So we can't do that on the last lap if we want a chance to maybe nick this win. But let's just try and hold the speed into the chicane. We're definitely quicker through here than he is. Yes, we are. And we might have a chance. Right, let's just go for it. Can we get past him here? He's holding that inside line. He's forcing us on the outside. I don't think we're going to have the speed to get past him around the outside, but I'm going to give it a go. Let's see where he brakes. He's going to brake nice and tight into that inside. So let's just try and go a little bit wider so we don't get forced out. And yes, we managed to get past him. He tried to hold the inside at speed, but he just couldn't hold it quick enough to beat us, and we're into the lead. Right, we can't afford to get any penalties here, so let's try and stay off the curb. I think it was this one I got the penalty on, so let's just try and take it a little bit better. Yes, so are we going to get one? No, that was 5. Maybe we were just a little bit too far over on that other lap, and that's the reason why we got the slow down warning. I mean, I've noticed on this game as well, if you take a position by cut the track, or even if you have a slight accident with another vehicle, you get told to give the position back, which is another good feature on this game as well. So I do like they've got that as well. Right, coming to the last sections, and it looks like we are going to take another victory in this championship, and that is fantastic. And are we going to finish with a fast time as well? Let's see if we can get our fastest lap of the race. We've got to nail this last chicane. Right, let's try and take as much speed through there, nice and steady. And it has almost dried up in places, so it started off really wet, but it dried up throughout the race, and we should be able to hit our fastest lap of the race, are we? Yes, we hit a 1:21.7, so there you go. That was even faster than our qualifying time, so that's a bit unbelievable, but there you go. So we take another win, and we're going to move on to the next race, and we're going to up the level again, guys. And once we've done this championship, we will go on to the World Championship in this series as well, as we're doing a full walkthrough on this game. It's going to take a hell of a long time because there is a lot of series. Right, let's get into the next one, so here we go. Right, guys, so we are into the next race. Let's just have a look at those emails before we jump into it. There's nothing, yeah, just congratulating us on our victories. And that, right, so next up is Snetterton 200. Ooh, I do remember this one. Right, but before we do that, let's up it to 80% now, as we're feeling a little bit more confident, and let's see how we go on that level. Hopefully we should be okay, but we want it to be as competitive as possible, so it could be a tricky one, but we will go into it and try and get a decent qualifying spot this time. So let's get straight to it. So here we go. Really, 1:23.3 got me 12th. I'm still a second off the pace. Now we've only got time to do one more lap, and then we're going to just have to take the position we get. But it looks like we might be starting at the back again. Unbelievable. Now the qualifying is showing that it's very, very competitive. But we have upped it to 80% now, so we were expecting it to be that little bit harder. But let's see if we can go a little bit quicker and see if we can get further up. I mean, I don't want to start from the back if I don't have to. I mean, this is a very tricky circuit to overtake on at times, so we're going to have to try and at least get in the top 5. But let's see if we can get a little bit quicker through here. This is the section I struggle through. Really lose a lot of grip through there, and the last corner can be very tricky as well. You have to line that up, and I think we're just up on our time, so hopefully we can go a little bit quicker than that 1:23. Yes, we're up on our time. Let's just try and hold it. This is our last opportunity. Just try and hold it around this turn and try and slow it down into this turn. Now this one's really tricky. You have to try and get it in the right position to turn it in. Oh, that wasn't too bad. That is definitely quicker, so we could be able to get a better position here and hopefully further up the order, and we're gonna get, whoa, oh, 9th. Oh, I thought that was way quicker than 9th. Well, there you go, guys, we get 9th position. Let's get into the race and see if we can challenge for a podium position. Right, so here we go with the race. It looks fantastic conditions. It looks like it's going to be better temperature-wise. The tyres are going to be a lot hotter as well. I found in qualifying sessions I'm still struggling to get the heat, so that should improve on our times. Let's see if we can get a good first lap in and try and push for a podium. But it's not going to be easy. Let's see if we can get a good start through this first corner and take a few positions. A squeeze up the inside, and we managed to get past. Can we take another car there? Yes, we can. And can we dive up the inside of this one? I think we're going to go for it. Drop it down. Oh god, we managed to get into there, and we're up to 5th. So we've taken a few opportunities there already, and we're up to P5. You've got to try and do it. Why the cars are all close together, you've got to try and use the fact that they're slowing down for cars in front of them and just dive up the inside or the outside. Wherever you can get past, you've got to try and do it. Right, let's see if we can just stick with these 5. We know we were off the pace, but if we can just stick with them and get a little bit of slipstream, we might have an opportunity. Oh god, almost lost the rear end. The rear end just completely went away there, and I almost lost it. Just managed to hold on to it, and we just dropped off. Now that corner is a very, very tricky one to get. Just trying to hold the speed through there, and I just don't know how the AI take it. Now I went through there a couple of times in qualifying laps, and they were just not slowing down for that turn at all. They were going into it quite quick. Oh god, just hit that car there into that turn, but just managed to hold on to it, and I think he touched the caught the corner as well, and we've managed to nick his place. We're up to P4, but I really didn't want to stop then. I was going a little bit too fast. Right, let's just try and hold it into this next turn. Let's see if we can just get a little bit closer. One more place, and then we're on the podium, and that's what we're aiming for. Oh God, just slightly hesitating there as I just dropped it down the gear, trying to hold the speed around that turn. Right, let's see if we can just dive up the inside of here. Can we take another position in this corner? Are we going to be close enough? Oh yes, nicely done onto the apex there, and we're up to P3. Fantastic. So we're in a podium position. Now if we finish in this position, I would be very, very happy, considering we started in 9th and we are starting to push. Let's see if we can go a little bit quicker on this second lap and see what sort of time we get. Now we got a, what was it, a 1:22 in the qualifying, and that got us 9th. Oh God, again, almost lost the rear as I just slowed down through that section. Let's see how much quicker the race is, because the tyres are absolutely, you know, the temperature's pretty good in the tyres at the moment, and they just didn't get to that temperature in the qualifying session. But the weather has changed. It looks like it's slightly warmer, and that makes all the difference on track with the track temperatures. Right, let's try and hold it through there. Oh God, just went it a little bit too tight, just caught the curb slightly. I don't really want to be doing that. You want to go a little bit wider and get a nice run around that turn if you can, in probably about second gear. Right, let's see what time we hit here. And oh God, that was, we just hit a time faster than a qualifying. So yes, there's definitely more speed in this car. And more heat in the tyres, which is making all the difference, and probably the slipstream as well. Right, let's just try and line these two up. I feel like I've got a decent pace here, so let's try and maintain that and see if we can get past at least one of them. If we could get second, I didn't think we would be able to get this close to them. I thought that they would just be a little bit too quick, but it looks like they have some weaknesses in some of these corners, so I've got to try and make use of that. And we're getting a nice slipstream here, which is going to improve our time. Right, let's try and line him up. Is he going to go into that turn really tight? Oh God, just not confident enough to go through there at speed. Actually, it just throws you out into that section, but managed to keep it on the tarmac this time. And I think we're still up on our split time as well, so we're definitely on our fastest lap here. Yes, we are, only just, but that makes all the difference. Right, we're going to need to get a nice corner here. Let's try not to hit the curb this time and try and get a nice run. Let's try and take it a little bit wider here. That's a bit better. Drop it down. Yep, that's how you want to do it. Keeping it on the tarmac, and we've got a nice drive around that turn, and we're in behind P2, and we're gaining loads of slipstream here, and that should improve our time as well. And does it? Yes, we just hit a 1:21.4, so we're on it here. We're really going for it. Can we get past this car? We're on the full flap. Can we get at least second place? Oh God, he hesitated through there. We should be able to get up the inside. Yes, we are going to get in the inside as long as we can slow it down and get nicely turned in. Now let's get nicely turned in. That was nicely done, right in behind first place. We should be able to get a good drive around there. Yes, we do. Can we get in his slipstream? Let's try and push it. I think we can. Right, can we get past this car and maybe take the victory, which would be unbelievable. Right, let's line him up. I think we're going to go for it. Let's see if we can just get past him before that difficult section. I think we're going to get clear of him. Yes, we are going into that turn, and it says we're clear. Oh no, he just clipped the side of my car there. Oh my God, he just clipped the inside, but it said I was clear, so I thought I was okay. Right, so we're here looking at a replay, but it did give me the indication I was clear as I went into the turn, but I think he just caught my back wheel and sent us both off the circuit, but luckily I managed to regain myself. Well, we managed to get through that. All we got to do now is just bring it home. We've got a couple more corners to go, and we'll take victory. But it definitely gave me the signal that I was clear, so I thought I was okay. But those things happen. Just made slight contact. I think he's still sitting in second place, so he hasn't dropped the place that he was in. We managed to nail that last corner, and we're going to take another victory. Unbelievable. But we were so much quicker in this race than we were in qualifying, and I think it was down to the temperature. I really do. Maybe that's something we're going to have to alter in qualifying to get the heat in the tyres to get the fastest times possible. But anyway, I will take that result and we move on, guys. Let's get into the results. Right, so we're sitting top of the championship and we're going to the final round of this UK championship, and it's Oulton Park, Fosters. This is a difficult circuit. This should be interesting. Let's get straight into qualifying and see if we can qualify better than we did in the previous round. So let's get straight into it. Well, that time's not going to count with that penalty. Damn, right, we're running out of time here, so we've only got 3 minutes left. That gives us enough time for at least a couple of laps at least. But we're still almost a second off the pace. But that's a lot closer than it was in previous qualifying sessions. So let's see if we can just take a little bit more speed through that turn. Oh, that's such a difficult one there. It just feels like as you turn into that, the wheels lock up and you just can't get around there really quick. Right, hold the speed through that turn. There's only 2 corners that I'm really struggling on this, and it's that one we just had, and this one coming up can be quite tricky. Let's see if we can nail it this time. We need to get a better time. Right, hold it. We don't want to be starting at the back again. We want to at least get in the top 5 if we can. Right, last corner. If we can nail this last corner, this time is definitely faster than the previous lap. And we haven't got a penalty. I just got a penalty as I went over this section. I went a little bit too far over on the curb to the left there, and it gave me a penalty. So you've got to try and stay off that if you can. Right, what time are we going to get here? Oh, 4th. Oh, that's not bad. I think I might take that. Well, we ended up with 4th, guys, after that qualifying session, and I'll tell you what, that's a much better qualifying than the previous one. So let's get straight to the race and see if we can get an awesome result. Right, so we got perfect conditions for the race again around Oulton Park, so let's get straight into it. This is the final race of the UK Championship. Let's see if we can finish on a high. But once we've done this championship, we will move on to the World Championship, and I think that one will be 6 races, and we will do that in the next episode. Right, let's see if we can get a good start here. Now we're sitting in 4th position. Let's see if we can get a good start off the mark, and off we go. And that wasn't too bad. Can we get past this car, get up to P3 into the first turn? Let's just try and hold it nice and steady into that turn. Yeah, that's not too bad. And yes, we did. We managed to take that position, and that is an awesome start. Thank you very much. And we're up to podium position. So let's just try and keep it nice and steady. We've pretty much won the championship. As long as we finish in a decent position, we should be okay for the championship win. And that is awesome. Right, let's just try and hold it through here. Oh God, they seem to be slow around that turn. Managed to gain a good bit of drive through there, and we've closed the gap to 2nd. So let's see if we can just line him up. Can we get past him in this corner? Where's he going to go? No, he's being really defensive, and he's going to hold that inside line. Let's just try and hold off. We've still got plenty of time. We've got another 3 laps to go after this one. So there's plenty of opportunity to try and get past. You've just got to try and be clever on the overtakes on this circuit, because it can bite you on the arse if you make a wrong decision. Right, let's try and stay off the curb. And that was an awesome drive around that turn. If I'd done that a few more times in qualifying, we might have got a faster time. That was definitely a good time there around that turn. Right, let's just try and hold it into this turn and try and stick with the leader. Right, hesitated slightly in there. Still don't feel very confident around that turn for some reason. It just pulls me out to the left, and I just lose so much speed, and especially over this section as well. It pulls you to the right through there. This car does move around a hell of a lot. Right, that's just, and again, that wasn't very quick round there. Hopefully we can just stay in touch, but the car in front is starting to pull away slightly. Let's try and react to that and try and close the gap. Right, we need to get a bit more speed through this next corner, as we haven't got a car really close to us, so we should be able to carry a little bit more speed into this turn. Right, let's just try and get a little bit tighter. That was much better. Held the speed around there. Let's try and get a little bit closer for the slipstream. We are starting to close in on him, and let's see where he brakes, and let's try and carry a little bit more speed into this turn. Be careful, hold it, stay off the curb. Nicely done again, and we did again got a nice drive. Right, let's just try and get in his slipstream and see if we can get past him here. And we just hit a 108.1. That was a decent time there. Right, slow it down. God, he went round quickly, much faster, and that actually did throw me out a little bit then. I wasn't expecting him to get a really good run round that turn. I thought I was going to be able to take him, but we've just backed off, and he's taken the lead again, and he's pulled away. Right, we've got to try not to make that same error if we get past him into the final lap, otherwise we're not going to win this race. Right, let's just try and close in on him, try and make sure we can just hold the speed through these turns. Again, much quicker through that corner than they are, and let's see if we can just close in on him going into the last lap. We want to have a chance to get past him. Let's just try and getting a little bit closer through this turn. We are closing in on him. Let's try and hold the speed around this turn a little bit better. And we're down on our split time at that sector, so we're not as quick as the previous lap, but we are running at a decent pace, so we should be okay. Let's try and nail this corner. Let's try and be good round here. Let's keep off that curb. Yes, we did, so we've managed to get around there okay. Right, we're in behind him now. Can we get past him this time in this turn? Let's try and line him up if we can this time and try not to hesitate. Right, slow it down, hold the speed, and oh god, hold it, almost off circuit, but we managed to hold it, yes! Oh my god, what a move that was, and we managed to get past him and we're into the lead on the final lap. Can we hold on to it though? Let's try not to make any mistakes here, keep it steady. So he's on the left side, now we're all clear, but he's very close behind. He's still trying to push as much as he can, and he's going to take any opportunity if I make any mistakes. Don't even give him a chance. I'm going to just try and be as defensive as I can, but we've managed to put away through there, so we should be okay as long as we nail these last couple of corners. Right, let's try and keep this one nice and tight, try and hold the speed through there. Down on the time slightly, but we're in the lead, so that's all that matters. We've still got a little bit of breathing space going into the last corner. If we can nail this last corner like we have done throughout this race, we should be okay. Right, slow it down, get a nice turn in, and yes, it looks like we're going to take a victory in the final race of this UK Championship around Oulton Park, and that was absolutely amazing. So there we go. What I might do, guys, I might do a full camera replay of that race, and I will show you that at the end of the video. So let's get straight to the results now, guys. So here we go. So we took the UK Championship, so 4 podiums, 4 wins, and now we got an opportunity to go for the Euro Championship, which is 6 races, and that will be in the next episode. But if you want me to do it a short one, which only reduces it to 3, let me know in the comments below. It's totally up to you, and we will do that. But I'm going to leave you a full replay of that last race. Please enjoy it. Please smash that like button, and I will see you very, very soon, guys. Bye-bye.